back from the dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're all invited to go fucking mental on this motherfucking drop. The countdown has just begun. Are you ready? Let's go.
So we're back from the dead. We're back from the dead.
Hell yeah.
We're back from the dead.
Are you ready? Let's go.
Back from the dead.
We're back from the dead.
Hell yeah.
We're back from the dead. Back from the dead. Back from the dead.
cold, but your heart's colder. I will wait for you. The glitch in your eyes pulled me under, but I will wait for you. There's nothing left for me to do than run.
Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to game number 1, week 2 of EDL Revolution of Frontline 1-0, taking on TDS Chocolate 0-1. I am your play-by-play Clutch, also the owner of Elemental League, and I am joined by Kobe. We've got the duo back. Kobe is in Korea right now. How's it going over there?
Yeah, good morning to everyone. I know it's night for you guys, but it's 10 a.m. for me here in Daegu, Korea. So, yeah, I mean, we got the original casting crew back, and I'm happy to be back. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, and we're now into the draft. We got Revolution Frontline taking on TDS Chocolate. Rev on the blue side, TDS on the red side. Bands already coming through. We see the Jinx, we see the Vi for red side. TDS Chocolate going to be taking away the Zac. So, Kobe, it has been a bit. I know you haven't been playing League or paying attention that much.
A little bit of a hiatus.
Yeah, a little bit of a hiatus. But what do you expect to be prio here in this draft for both the teams?
Well, going off the little notes you gave me before, yeah, definitely I'm looking for... The Zac ban is Diana, by the way, and I am looking more towards the bot side because I know some names here. You know, Mystic Azium, support for TDS. So I'm definitely looking bot side, both ADC and support here. Jinx already been banned away. You could see a Misfortune, Azeri, Caitlyn, Ezreal, Nautilus supports. I think both teams are kind of going to prioritize the bot side here early on in this draft.
Yeah, and we'll have to see what happens. Rev, they're just going to take the Trundle first pick. Looks like it is going to be going into the jungle most likely, but we could see a flex come through. Now, Trundle is very good against Xin Zhao, so maybe they're thinking, hey, TDS Chocolate's just going to pick something like Xin, something like Jarvan, so they end up locking in the Trundle. Now, Misfortune will come through. We'll see if they MF Leona right off the bat, if that's something they want to go for, and they do go for the MF Leona for the side of TDS Chocolate.
Yeah, pretty strong duo in lane, and both out of lane Misfortune can do a ton of damage in team fights. You know, you drop the Leona R, get multiple people. MF's just gonna ult, do a ton of damage in the background, but I'm curious what Rev wants to do with their bot lane now, because, you know, Spanky is a veteran in this league too, and like you said in the pregame, he is kind of a carry player, and the Kai'Sa will be locked in here for Rev.
Yeah, so Muspang's going to be taking the Kai'Sa. I mean, he is a huge Kai'Sa player. That is one of his strongest picks. It doesn't matter what the meta is. He'll always take the Kai'Sa. So he's going to pick up that one. We'll see what the support is going to be paired. Maybe something like the Braum to go against that Leona. They're going to pick the Lux, though, which is a flex pick. Could be going mid, could be going support. So we'll have to see where that is going. Now, TDS Chocolate... flex is across the board for the side of Revolution Frontline. So we'll see what they are going to pick here. They could just keep stuff standard. If they really want, you know, you could just go for something like the Orianna and just have that huge wombo. You could pick your jungler, something like the Jarvan, something like the Xin Zhao. I mean, Trundle is good into that, as we're going to see the Xin Zhao now be locked in for the side of TDS Chocolate.
Yeah, I'm just curious how Rev is going to approach the rest of the draft, because you do have the Kai'Sa. The Kai'Sa's main job in team fights is probably going to try to find an angle. You want to dive on the back line, try to get that MF out of the fight, get a bunch of TDS damage off the map real quick. But how is Rev going to approach that? Because, you know, with the Lux support, you don't really have that peel for a Kai'Sa who's going to be diving into the back line. So kind of do want to see something like a Braum here, you know, flex the Lux to the mid.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the side of Rev is going to do. We see the Kled banned away. Pandorum, he is the TDS Chocolate mid laner, likes to play a lot of these unique picks. Kled being one of those. We see the Ahri, we see the Scion being banned away. So TDS Chocolate, we'll have to see what they're going to be going for. I expect, you know, maybe they're going to be locking in something like the Ornn and the Orianna, or something like super IBS basic comp. We'll have to see, though, what the next pick is going to be here. Obviously, Lux can still be flexed. Trundle still technically could be flexed, even though it's most likely going to be going into the jungle. So we have to see what TDS Chocolate elect to pick here. They do play a bunch of unique picks mid, like I said. So we could see something that is not very standard. He did play Tryndamere last week.
I want to see the Tryndamere. I want to see the Tryndamere mid.
Think he's going to pull out the Tryndamere? We'll have to see what he is going to pick, as the timer is 0. Graves will be locked in. We don't know where the Graves is going, if it's going to the top or the mid lane. I'd say most likely it's going to be going top. And, you build that whole breaker Eclipse, and you're basically just unkillable.
I mean, interested to see how Rev is going to try to counter that Graves, and Graves is pretty much just going to be bullying out any melee top laner early until about level 6. Oh, the Ornn! Oh, if only Matt Pizza was here on cast.
Matt Pizza Ornn. Oh no. But yeah, like you said, Ornn going to be locked in here now. Obviously, good engage. We'll have to see what Rev is going to round out their comp. Obviously, we're going to see where the Lux is going, if that is going mid or is going support. And they're going to pick the Veigar. That is going to be going into the mid lane. Veigar has been rising up in popularity. Extremely strong champion. Good against engage also. So Revolution Frontline are going to take that pick for themselves. Now the side of TDS Chocolate, what do they elect to round out their comp with? I'm assuming this is a Graves going into the top lane, but we do see the Kale be hovered. And it is going to be locked in. Now, we don't know where the Kale is going to be going, if it's going to be going to that top lane, if it's going to be going mid. But we do know that it's obviously going to be MF Leona bot lane with the Xin Zhao in the jungle.
Yeah, definitely interesting. You can definitely swap Kale and Graves, both mid and top. Rev's comp kind of looks like a front to back to me, because you do have the Kai'Sa, you can dive on the back line. But really, Kai'Sa's only target with her ult is going to be MF, because I think everyone else is way too tanky to try to burst down instantly, but not a whole lot of peel on Rev's side. But MF is going to have to be super careful, positioning wise, because you get caught by a Veigar cage or a Lux Q, a snare, Ornn Horn, Frontal Pillar. They have a lot of damage to just burst down the MF, take a bunch of damage out instantly in a team fight.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see how this one is. Obviously, Revolution Frontline, one of the stronger teams in the league, and I'm going to be looking forward to see how they play. And for the side of TDS Chocolate, I mean, they had a tough week 1, but coming into week 2, it seems they've figured something out for themselves. I am looking at last week's drafts to kind of figure out where this Kale is going to be going for the side of TDS Chocolate. And if we look here, it looks like Leper Koopa actually played Kale in both the games, so that it was picked. So I'm assuming this is actually going to be the Kale top lane to punish the Ornn, and then it's going to end up being that Graves in the mid lane. So definitely interesting to see which, how that's going to work out for the side of TDS Chocolate. Really playing towards Leper Koopa, who we've said, he's been in silver for such a long time. He's this veteran in the scene, and if you do give him the resources, he can for sure carry. So definitely going to be looking at that. Kobe, you got anything to say before we go to a break?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I mean, both teams have that late game scale, and obviously they have the Veigar for Rev, and in TDS you obviously have that Kale, get your timers out, level 16 hits. It's game time for Leper Koopa on the Kale if it is going to him. So definitely a whole lot of options for both teams here, how they want to play it, if they just want to try to end the game quick. But if it does go late, don't they have some big damage options on both sides?
All right, we're going to go to a short break, but when we come back, game 1 between Revolution Frontline and TDS Chocolate. We'll see you there.
No point in trusting anyone. Your eyes of diamonds keep me up. Never thought that it could be this rough. No point in trusting anyone.
bitch in your eyes will meander, but I will wait for you.
There's nothing left for me to do than run and act myself a fool. No point in trusting anyone. Your eyes of diamonds keep me up. Never thought that it could be this rough. No point in trusting anyone.
Throw a rock into a pond, ripples fade away. Human hearts aren't so lucky, those battle scars remain. Oh, I can't let go of the one thing I wanted most. I'm chasing echoes, echoes of your ghost. Can't let go of the one thing I wanted most. I'm chasing echoes, echoes of your ghost. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Throw a rock into a pond, ripples fade away. Human hearts aren't so lucky, those battle scars remain. Oh, I can't let go of the one thing I wanted most. I'm chasing echoes, echoes of your ghost. Can't let go of the one thing I wanted most. I'm chasing echoes, echoes of your ghost. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Echoes of your ghost.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the first game between Revolution Frontline taking on TDS. Chocolate Rev on the blue side, TDS on the red side. I am joined by Kobe. Kobe, how's it going, my man?
You know, I think it's time to play our favorite game, Cole.
Well, you know, we're predicting the dragons,
Oh,
aren't we?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
right,
I'm gonna go Hex Tech.
You think Hextech? All right.
Hex Tech.
I'm gonna go. I don't think I predicted this last week. I'm gonna go in Infernal. We haven't really seen a lot of Infernal Souls. I think we saw it maybe once or something. So I'm gonna go Infernal. I have the script right here. It's gonna be the Infernal.
It's super hard now. I mean, they took away one of them, but
Yeah,
still, like five. Like
Yeah, 5. And
Yeah.
if we don't guess it, Kobe, Exernian wins. By the way, so we gotta guess it. All right, can't let Exernian win. All right. But heading into this game, we'll look at the rune choices. They're pretty standard from the side of Revolution. I don't really see anything that's pretty crazy. And on the side of TDS, we see the Predator on the Graves,
Predator.
which is a little bit interesting, pretty unique. But everything else I think is pretty normal from the side of TDS. Chocolate, definitely going to be looking forward to watching Chicky Pie versus Leopard Koopa. Chicky Pie has yet to die in this entire season. So keep that in mind. I don't know how much longer it's going to last because they are playing Ornn and Volibear, and you're supposed to die on those champions. So don't know how much that will keep going for Chicky Pie in the top lane. Meanwhile, look at those junglers. Both started on the bottom side of the map and are pathing to the top side. So maybe we see some early action in the top side of the map here, Kobe.
Yeah, I'm really wondering how Pandorum is gonna use this Predator Graves. Is he gonna get out of lane fast? Either it's like go back to lane really fast with the Predator, or try to make plays around the map. Because Graves has a bunch of burst damage. Not as much as you would with Electrocute, because he did opt for the Predator, but seeing how he's going to try to affect other sides of the map with the Graves, so definitely a little bit of a spicy rune choice. Vigar also doing the same. Both mid lanes have Predator and TP. So, I want to see some, some 5-man bot lanes, like early, like 10, 15 minutes of Predator. Ooh, as
Oh boy.
Pandorum barely escaped the baby cage.
Yeah, Pillar came out and Cage ended up missing. He was just able to walk out of that one. So nothing really happening in this as the side of Revolution, their jungler, making a play. Now, meanwhile, Once Week is here, but it looks like he's just going to show himself and help usher the wave into the tower for Pandora. Meanwhile, on the top side, Leopard Koopa taking some damage. I mean, early on, it's a little bit hard for the Kale to abuse. I mean, once you hit level 6 on the Kale, I mean, that's when the Kale should start being able to abuse this matchup. Meanwhile, yeah, I mean, pretty standard stuff from both teams. However, now we do maybe see a 4-man bot Pandorum roaming with this jungler. They might actually be diving this, as we'll have to see if they're going to be able to push in that wave. Ward is going to come down. Yeah, I mean, this is looking like a dive, Kobe.
Yeah, just gotta push this wave in and see how they play it. So Pandorum does not have boots, so can't pump Predator yet.
I mean, Vagar does have TP. The dive's gonna come through. They're going on to Revless Banks. He has the cleanse. Doesn't matter. First blood gonna be going over. Wingman gonna be taking damage in a clean dive from the side of TDS Chocolate.
Yeah, that was really clean. Yeah, Wingman misses their Q, and then it's perfectly executed by Rev. It's a target priority, and gets 2 for 0. So a really good start. Wait for Rev. Oh no, for TDS.
Yeah, TDS was the
Oh
one
no!
who made
Oh
that
wow!
play. Kobe, it was TDS Chocolate making that play. It was really good.
Yeah, I'm rusty. Give me a break,
yeah. But Xin Zhao going to mid, helping to get Graves to push, and then they walk together to make that play on the bot side with the wave pushing. Really well played from the side of TDS Chocolate. Now have themselves an 800 gold lead. And we'll have to see how that advantage is going to be used. Koopa going to be TPing into the top side. The dive was a little bit scary because I was wondering if Vagar was going to TP, and by the time the TP come through, if they get caged, it could have been a disaster, but Vagar elects not to TP, and the dive ended up working out for the side of TDS Chocolate. So really well played by them. Now have themselves a 1K gold lead in this game.
Yeah, really only thing that TDS had to burn there was the flash heal from MF and the Ignite from Leona. So, overall a really clean dive. You see a bunch of dives and IBSs go terribly long, but they executed that pretty well. So you can definitely see with their synergy starting to come together a bit more now. It still is really early in this game, but a good sign of life for TDS.
Yeah, good sign of line for TDS. And last week, having a tough series as here we go. We're going to see Rev walk into the river. We'll see if a fight is going to break out. Now, it is 4v3. Veigar is kind of on the flank. He's going to be predatoring in. If that cage can land on a bunch of targets,
cage.
that's a huge cage coming down. All of the damage going down. Now the fight's going to begin. They have to be Trundle flashing away. They're going to go onto the Trundle. The Spanx will pick up one. It's a split fight for the side of TDS, and it's just all four going down. Oh no, it's a bit of a disaster, Kobe.
Well, no, if I just cast the curse TDS by complimenting them on that dive, but yeah, out of the huge Veigar cage by Amazing Spice right there. Got 4 people inside the cage. Really clean.
Yeah, and for the side of TDS, I mean, you got to be careful bunching up against this. Veigar's going to be predatoring in, and they just aren't decisive, right? And against flanks, what you need to do is you have to engage on either the 3 or the 1. You have to be the one making the decision, because the longer and longer you wait, you're going to get pinched and attacked from multiple sides, and it's just never going to go well for you, as we see Rev ends up taking the 4-for-0. Really well played by them. And now TDS Chocolate, that dive they made on the bot side is completely gone, the lead that they found, and now Rev is the ones in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it's still only 1k goal lead, but no, really well played by Rev there. They got 4 kills and the first Drake, and I don't know if it's a spectator bug, but is that next one Hextech?
It would be Hextech.
Oh no.
Kobe!
Oh no.
Oh.
It's over.
Now I have to save us, don't I?
Yeah.
I feel like this happens a lot, Kobe. I feel like I'm always the one getting it.
I mean, last season, yeah, you were always the one getting it. I got maybe like 2.
You did get a couple. You saved our streak a couple times. I think we had like 4 or 5 games in a row that we had them right. Now we see the Trundle looking for a play. Pillar does miss, and Graves just ends up walking out of that one. We see the Predator come through, and it's not going to amass to anything. So early on, I mean, TDS, nice play bot lane, but unfortunately, the Dragon just did not work out for them. In the side of Rev, they actually roamed up the Lux, who is now up here with the Trundle. A little bit interesting. Looks like Lux, just roaming around with the jungler. Now, Spanx does need to be careful. I mean, he has some, so he should be fine, but the side of Rev going to be going for this Herald now. So some good jungle support synergy coming through from the side of Revolution.
Yeah, especially they do get this Herald. Only bad thing is TDS MF is getting a bunch of plate gold down there, so they have to use this Herald pretty good to make it kind of worth. I don't think they're gonna be able to dive with Spanx if Spanx doesn't have a cleanse. Oh wait, Zin's out. That's gonna back off here.
Zinzao is there, but Spanx knows something up. Saw Zin on the control ward, and I mean, Spanx is just getting zoned off of waves. Like he cannot. I don't think he can step up to this, but it looks like he's going to try now. Lux is on the way. They don't have TPs, so if a dive does come through, he would be kind of doomed. And it's actually just going to play respectful. The side of TDS just got 3 plates, though.
That's
now, it was split between MF and Leona, but that's a lot of gold going over to TDS Chocolate. So we're going to have to see what the Rift Herald response is going to be and if it's going to net them more gold. Because, obviously, you roam up your support, and you get that Rift Herald. It's like a guaranteed 2 plates if you're able to get it down. But they're going to need to get more out of than just the 2 plates, because the side of TDS now got 3 plates, and they also got XP, where now Lux is behind us. We see Trundle going for a topside play, potentially. Not going to miss. Here comes the Hornhorn coming out. Now Leper Koopa does have the flash. Flash comes through. Pillar is going to miss. Ultimate going to be used. Koopa does still have that ultimate. He's going to pop that one as it looks like the Trundle's trying to kill him. He's trying to whack him down, but it doesn't mean anything as Koopa is going to find the kill. Meanwhile, on the bot side, a 2v2 came through. They engaged on to the Lux with the ultimate from the Misfortune. Killed that one. Now on the top side, we're going to see Veigar going for Leper. Koopa deletes him off the face of the earth, and now we'll see if Pandorum's going to be able to kill this Veigar. The answer is yes. So kills all over the place. Really difficult to cast everything that's happening, but both teams going Fiesta mode, Kobe.
Yeah, a little bit of Fiesta, but they must have forgot that Leper Koopa, he's the veteran in this league, you know? Showing some disrespect. Leper Koopa did really well to fend off that gank, got a kill at the end of it. Did die to the Veigar, but Pandorum was there also to clean up. Ooh.
Leona is caught.
Leona
Here, has Flash. We'll see if they're going to use it. Flash does come out. Trundle running them down. The burn is not enough, and Leona will get out alive in this one. That was a little bit scary, Kobe.
Yeah. Support all alone, get Hazi a map.
Right, and now the side of Revolution, they're looking onto the Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao does have the ultimate. Flash is used. They're chasing really deep for this one. That's a little bit too far. They're not going to back out. Graves potentially looking to walk. Just going to place a ward and back off of that one. So, gold lead, just been back and forth for both teams. I mean, we saw TDS have the lead, then Rev had the lead, then TDS had the lead. So, not clean games from both these teams, but a lot of action. Sometimes if you are watching, and you just want to see people fight. Nothing happening is pretty boring as a viewer. As that looks like more is going to happen. Now Wingman is walking in, but they're getting collapsed on. That field's going to be used. Lux is going to go down. Now Xin Zhao without uses the ultimate. Won't stay alive. They're going onto the Graves. Graves will flash. And it's going to end up being a 2-for-1 for the side of TDS. They're also going to take the Dragon.
Yeah, we're having a bit of a game of tennis here. Serving the goalie back and forth between the teams. So.
I mean, this game, when things are hectic, it's a little bit hard to cast because there's so much going on. You're just like, oh my gosh. If you see Koopa on the top side, going to be crashing this wave, maybe might look for a kill. Chicky Pie, the KDA's over, man. You finally died. No more, no death games. They finally have fallen. Now, one thing I want to point out is if you look at the bot side, TDS have exceptional vision on the map. Like, everything is warded, so they're going to be able to know what Revolution's doing. Meanwhile, Leper Koopa is going to get caught here. He's going to use the ultimate. Ornhorn will land. That should be Koopa going down. Genjamin will pick up the kill. Response, TDS running it down mid lane, trying to get themselves some plays.
A really good response for TDS here. Might be able, got about 2 plays there. Yeah, that could have been scary if Rev did not respond. That could have been a whole mid tower gone, but Rev, they got to kill top, and they're just gonna keep hitting the top tower now. So this game is just back and forth. I mean, the goal lead's almost even again.
Yeah. I mean, both teams responding to the plays that are made on the map very well. As we see Kale using the TP to get back to the top side. And now it looks like TDS potentially looking to make a play onto the Ornn. And they're going to back off of that one. Meanwhile, Kaisa is pushing bot lane by herself. So we'll see if she is going to be able to pick up a plate. Oh, well, plates are going to be falling soon. So shouldn't be able to pick up that one. A 400 lead to the side of TDS. And also the Soul is the Mountain Dragon. So Kobe, we're both wrong.
Well, we still got at least one more game, right?
We got another one to predict.
Save the stream.
As we now are kind of, I mean, both teams are kind of just running around in this one. It's a little bit crazy as Unleashed Teleports now is going to start to come through. We see the Dragon going to be spawning in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So we'll see if there is going to be a fight for that one. But all towers are still standing for both of these teams. It's just been kills in this game.
Yeah, and I kind of predict this more of the same throughout the whole game. I think it's going to be a very bloody game. We already have, 15 kills in less than 15 minutes right now. So both teams opting to just play that NA Fiesta, just fighting nonstop. Well, no, it's fun to cast, but it is a little hard for us to keep up with everything on the map at once. But I'm sure the viewers love it.
Yeah, and now they're going to be going towards the Herald, the side of TDS. They're going to be taking this one. Meanwhile, the side of Rev electing to go for this bot turret. We'll see if they'll be able to pick it up. Gold lead is pretty even. Lots of kills for both of these teams. And we'll see where TDS is going to elect to put this Herald. It looks like they're going to throw this on the top side.
You're not gonna get as much worth with the second Herald as the first one. As Rev is down here. They're probably gonna take this bot tower right now. I don't know if they're gonna get it before, because they do. Rev will get the first turret, get that little extra bonus gold. But TDS, they have the Rift Turret up here. Got the first top tower, and now just running it down to the second one. So some good macro plays by both teams, honestly.
Good plays by both of these teams, as now we see TDS, they are taking that top tower. And the side of Rev, they're going bot lane. I mean, they're just trading sides of the map at this point. But we'll see if they're going to be able to get this. They might. Yeah, they're going to be able to take that. So 2 towers to the side of both these teams, and the gold lead is even.
It's a banger first game. The fighting has stopped a little bit with both teams opted to take different sides of the map here, but we have the Mountain Drake spawn it in 30 seconds, so maybe another fight will break out. Both teams have 1 Drake right now, so we will have to see. But this game has been pretty entertaining. I like what TDS is doing. They're being more proactive. They are the underdog in this, so you love to see that from them. But how is Rev going to respond throughout the game with this early aggression, as we a little bit of a fight starting right now?
Yeah, and that's going to be the flash away from the
died.
Leona almost gets absolutely bursted. Meanwhile, the side of TDS, or Revolution, they're going to be going for the Dragon. We'll see if TDS elects to potentially fight this one. As we see the Xin Zhao going to be walking in, that's going to be the Ornhorn being used. It's going to knock up the Xin Zhao. Damage coming through, but that's going to be the protection. He will flash away. Bullet time going to be coming out. Doesn't do enough. Meanwhile, the side of Revolution will take the Dragon, and that is going to be it.
So no team is in the driver's seat right now. No one is like single-handedly controlling this game. So look at the KO, level 11, 5 away from 16. That's when the KO is going to start hurting a whole lot. I wonder how many stacks Veigar has on his passive. That could be because MF almost got taken down. 123 stacks on the Veigar, so he's farming up fairly well. I would say that most CS in the game right now, so that Veigar is definitely going to be hurting later on as we get to the Baron team fights and more Drake team fights.
Yeah, and the side of, the gold is now dead even. We've, 2 Drakes to 1 for the side of Revolution. And it's just going to come down to team fights at this point. You do need to keep in mind, obviously, the Kale, level 11. Once you just start getting the items, can 1v9 a team fight. Ornn going to be providing those upgrades. So need to pay attention to his levels also. For the side of Revolution, Veigar is going to become very, very scary, and he's going to start one-shotting. So late game team fights might not last very long, as Kale will just one-shot people. Veigar is going to one-shot people. I don't think these fights will last more than like 5 seconds, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think if you're Rev, you want to start forcing fights around this time right now, while the Kale is not level 16 yet, because Kale has to choose, like, do I want to be in a team fight, or do I want to get waves, get more XP, hit the level 16 faster? So definitely put Kale in a bit of an ultimatum right there. Does have the TP up right now, though, but it seems like Chick-P is just kind of content, just ping-ponging the waves back and forth. And we got both mid laners down in bot lane, so a 1-3-1 right now from both teams. I want to see Rev fight like right now. I think this is like definitely their window too, because I don't know if Kale is gonna prioritize the fights or the XP more right now.
Sorry, I'm like busy doing stuff right now, league related, so I'm like half casting, half trying to figure this out.
The commissioner.
Yeah, the commissioner is being called upon, so I haven't really been paying attention too much to the game, but Drake gonna be spawning in 2 minutes, so that is need to pay attention to that. Now Baron will be spawning. It is that 20-minute mark, and I'm gonna be looking forward to see the side of TDS Chocolate, especially Nub the Scrub. Last week we saw him on the Misfortune carry the side of TDS to a win, so I need to see him pop off this game because I had really high praise for him. I think he's exceptional ADC, and I really want to see this guy pop off in this game. Meanwhile, for the side of Rev, it's Lespanks. Lespanks was on the All-Star team. Lespanks has been an exceptional player. As the side of Revolution maybe looking for a cheese, but it looks like nothing's going to come out of that one.
Yeah, kind of entered a bit of a lull state here. Oh, never mind. Frontline's gonna go in.
All right, and the fight is going to start. That's going to be the ultimate
that's a
coming
ton of
through.
damage from Lux.
No,
Oh
the
my
scrub
God.
just gets deleted. But the fight is going to continue. That's going to be Lux flashing away. Cage is going to come down. TP flash forward from once weak. Genjamin going to be autoing down the Xin Zhao. It looks like it's going to be a disaster. Here's Lespanks going to be diving in. He needs to make a heroic play as Ornn's going to land a 3-man knockup. It's now all on Lespanks, but Lespanks is getting shredded down by the KO. Leper Koopa doing so much damage. Watch this Veigar. Huge Cage comes through. He has the primordial burst. Will he send it out? The answer is no. Low HP bars on the side of TDS Chocolate, but overall it is a one fight for the side of TDS Chocolate. It's a 3-for-2, and they're gonna get the mid turn.
Yeah, that was a wild team fight. You know, Rev, they seem like they got a pick. Yeah, Lux pretty much got burst down instantly. So a good team fight by TDS to kind of turn that one around. As I had said right before that we did enter the low state, but that's a big Ornhorn. Unfortunately, it did nothing for Rev.
Yeah, it was a good attempt turn from Chicky Pie. I think if Lespanks, you know, he really wanted to get in that fight. You saw him use the killer instinct and run in. And then unfortunately, he just ended up getting blown up. So I think for Lespanks, if he's going to be ulting in, he needs to be 100% sure. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a disaster. As meanwhile, we see the side of Rev Lespanks, not Rev Lespanks, the side Rev going to be TPing in. Amazing Spice. And it is now 5 seconds until the dragon spawns. We are for sure going to see a team fight out of that one. TDS, they are up in gold around 2K. Mystic, as he's going to be taking some damage, will be walking into the river. Ornhorn not up. Trundle will have his ultimate. Need to watch the Ornn ultimate, as that is the major engage tool from the side of Revolution. Now, TDS walking into the river. They just need to find a target. The side of Rev is split up. That's going to be the bolt time coming through, and now the fight is going to begin. Watch the Ornn, watch Lespanks. He's diving into the back line. He's going to find one. Will he be able to find two? He cleanses, he flashes away. It's a double kill going to Lespanks. It's a triple kill going to Lespanks, and it's going to be the side of Rev winning the fight through Lespanks. Heroics in the back line. He dives in, finds him a triple kill. Genjamin gets a double kill on Trundle, and the two tanks stay alive for the side of Revolution.
Ornhorn's been on point. I just saw that like 3 people got hit yet again, but that time it does favor Rev. And it seems like Ozzy like kind of got a bit preempted there. I don't think you needed to like walk up that early and try to ult. The ult barely hits the Lux. The Lux did get burst down instantly, but Lespanks would just be able to dive on the back line with no peel and still do that much damage. A really, really good fight from Rev, and that could be the turning point in this game. I don't know how much they're going to get off of it. They're definitely going to get this Drake right here. I don't think they can do Baron. Let's try to pressure the map, get the wave shoved in. Because, you know, definitely next fight, we're going to be looking towards the Baron pit, I think.
Yeah, and Revolution now, they have 3 dragons. They're now on that soul point. The gold is even. One thing to keep in mind, Kale is scaling. I mean, you need to watch this Kale, because the second that level 16 comes through, I mean, so much damage is going to be pumped out of this Kale. If we look at the levels, I mean, you see Ornn and Kale right at the top with the most XP in the game. So you need to keep an eye on that for sure for the side of Revolution. Lespanks has been, you know, he's going in. He's not staying back. As we saw in the last team fight, he killer instinct down to that back line, and he was able to stay alive and kill 3 people. And if that doesn't come through, I'm pretty sure Rev does end up losing this fight. So a bit of a messy game from both of these teams. And TDS Chocolate, they do have a 1K lead, but Rev, soul point, need to keep that one in mind.
I do like the build of Spanx Go right now with the Nash's Tooth and Manamune. I think that you can also kind of incorporate a stopwatch in there, or maybe even Zonia's if you want to. Just keep Lespanks alive a little longer. You know, Lespanks dives in that backline. There's not a whole lot of peel.
Yeah, here we go. Ultimate going to be used. Bullet time did go through. Now, once is he going to use the ultimate? The answer is yes. Stays alive just barely. That's going to be some key ultimates burned on the side of TDS as Orin just clearing that bot side. Lespanx is going in. Killer Instinct will find one. Will he keep going? The answer is no. He's going to back off of that one. Flash can be used from Numb Scrub. Now, once Weak is going to be caught, he will go down. And it's another kill going over. Lespanx finds a double. 3 kills to the side of Revolution.
They're going to Baron.
TDS get caught out, and that just might be the Baron.
Yeah, I mean, what else can we say about Lespanx 7-3-3 and this Kaisa has been pulling the Killer Instinct at the perfect moments in this game so far, and now they will get Baron, so this game might have been blown wide open thanks to Lespanx.
Yeah, and the side of TDS now gonna just run it down mid, try to get themselves some gold. They end up getting that mid tower, but we'll see what Rev can do with this Baron power play, because now 2 minutes until that dragon spawns, they're gonna have the Baron buff. Once the dragon spawns, they'll still have that, so definitely do need to keep an eye on this. This is the AP Kaisa, by the way, as we can see with the crown, with the Nashers and the Muramana. Obviously going to be doing a lot of damage with those W's, so need to keep an eye on that one. We'll have to see what TDS has in plan, or what they've got in store to potentially turn this one back in their favor. You do have the Kale. Now, Kale isn't level 16 yet, still needs 2 levels. But, you know, TDS, they're going to have to pull something out to be able to win this fight and extend the game.
Yeah, I think in TDS you need to start like prioritizing your builds maybe towards AP resist, because you know you have the Veigar, the Kaisa, and the Lux are all mainly doing the AP damage for Rev. Not a whole lot. I do see the Merc Shreds out from Zinzao, but that is about it.
Yeah, well, the Merc Treads coming through, not a ton of MR. We'll have to see. It looks like the teams kind of want to fight. I can't really tell. I mean, it's a minute until the dragon spawns. They're here a little bit early. I think Rev should be using their Baron buff a little bit more, as now we see Trundle maybe starting a fight. Pillar's going to miss, but they're going to be going on to Leona. Leona going to be using the ult. We'll see if a fight is going to come down. That's going to be the bullet time. It will find one. That's a huge ult from Nub the Scrub. This is looking, it's going to get turned around. Double kill going to be going over to Lespanx. Once we're going to be flashing forward, he will land the W. Lespanx is going to be in. Will he be able to get the kill? The answer is yes. It's the triple kill. Meanwhile, on the backside, Orin going to be 1v1ing the Graves. And we'll get out of that one. But a 4 for 2 for the side of Revolution.
Yeah, almost like Leopard Cooper was almost able to turn that fight, like a bit more levels on him. I think that fight might have gone the complete opposite way, but you know, another good pick by Rev. Now, they've been invading into TDS jungle a lot and getting these little picks on, mainly on Ozzy. Like, Ozzy's position has not been the best this game, but another really good fight from Rev here. And this game is kind of blown open now.
Game is,
like, hey,
go ahead.
You still have the kill? You still have the kill?
Yeah, Copium. Kale's
gonna
going to 1v9.
Yeah,
Copium,
one more level.
Kale
Level 15.
But it is true. One more level for until Leper Koopa does come online. Maybe he can be the saving grace. But Lespanx on this Kaisa. I mean, he's got 10 kills now. He has a. I mean, we'll see what if he's going to be going for the Mortal Reminder next, as it looks like that's probably what he's going for. But Revolution, they now have the Mountain Soul picked up, and that is pretty big for them, as the Pillar is going to come down and Nub Scrub. No flash. He will be going down. 11 kills to Lespanx on the Kaisa. I highly doubt he's going to be getting that champion again.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the Mountain Soul now, too, Kaisa has a bit more survivability if Kaisa does want to dive on the back line. So a really, really good soul to have on Kaisa. And, you know, this game kind of, I don't want to say over, 'cause I do think Leopard Koopa could possibly turn around with the level 16 KO. But the problem is, like, he's not getting that much resources right now. All of them are grouped up in mid.
Yeah, and we have to see as the cage comes down, doesn't find anyone. And with no minions, can't really siege that tower. Nice binding from the Lux. But that is going to be the end of that one. Elder going to be up in 5 minutes. Baron going to be up in 2. You would think that, you know, I mean, this Kaisa, you just play around the Kaisa and you win the game. But Kale is starting to get to the point where she is very strong. Objective bounties are up for TDS, and they're kind of just running it down mid, looking to potentially force a fight here as 5. Because that's going to be the Leona ult comes through. Root comes through, and now the fight is going to begin. Watch Lespanx. How much damage can he get done? That's going to be ult used onto the Xin Zhao. Now Trundle and Orn are going to be going in. That's going to be the shutdown. Need to watch this Kai'Sa. Those Kai'Sa killer instincts into the backline. Finds one. Will he be able to find two? The answer is no. Trundle will get a double kill. And everyone will just fall from the side of TDS. The fight lasted about 3 seconds once that Kai'Sa went in. So much damage coming through. 12 kills for Lespanx on this Kai'Sa. And it's a 5-for-1 ace for the side of Revolution.
Yeah, I really like the stopwatch by me and Spice to buy a lot of time for Rev and just get Kai'Sa in range to dive on that backline. Once Kai'Sa did dive on the backline, the fight was pretty much over. Health bars are already low. You see here that Sugar P has been on point with these Ornn, but like that one Icathan rain from Lespanx has pretty much deleted all the health bars from TDS.
Yeah, the Killer Instinct coming through with the Acathian Rain. I mean, Lespanx just absolutely deleted some HP bars in that one. He's got to be sitting on a lot of gold, so we'll see what he's going to buy. Mortal Reminder comes through for him. We'll see what he is going to go. Yeah, almost 15k, by the way. Now, as a BF sword, he is very, very strong in this game. Rev has a 7k or 6k lead, and you got to think this game's over.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, Leopard Koopa is still level 15. I do want to see one fight where Leopard Koopa is that level 16 Kale, but with the amount of damage with Spanx and Amazing Spice are providing right now, I don't think it's going to be enough. How many times we have to talk about how great Lespanx has been this game? So I definitely don't think game 2 Kai'Sa is definitely going to be taken off the board for Rev. As they're looking for Baron here.
The side, Rev now going to be going towards that Baron. It is going to be started up. We'll see what TDS is going to do. Now, Xin Zhao, if he can steal this, can keep his team alive. He has the flash. Is he going to be going in? He gets knocked up, not able to find that one. Bullet time will kill the luck. Now the fight begins. Lespanx is in there by himself.
Whoa.
Kind of just goes in, but the side of Revolution should be able to win this one. They do have the Vigor. They have a lot of damage. Nub the Scrub will go down to the Ornn. Now we see the Trundle going to run down the Graves, and the Leona is left to fend for herself. Double kill goes over to the Trundle, and that's going to be the game.
And that was a bit of an ego play by Lespanx, just diving into all the members of TDS. Doesn't really matter in the end, as Rev did win the fight. Still have 3 alive, and this will be the end of game 1.
Yeah, Rev is going to end up taking game number 1, put himself up 1-0 in this series. And we'll have to see what TDS has in store for game number 2, because, first, that play they made on bot lane for that dive looked pretty good, but then it just really fell apart at the Dragon, and Lespanx really was able to get ahead in this game. So definitely need to take away the Kai'Sa. You can't really let him have that one again. And for the side of Revolution, I mean, if you can just get Lespanx onto another carry and you play around him, it should be looking pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I think Rev was the better team fighting team. Early on, like the first 15, 20 minutes, that game was just back and forth, ping pong in the goal lead. But in the end, Amazing Spice and Spanx, Sugar P all did wonderful in team fights, and definitely the difference maker here in game 1. Still a pretty close game overall. Like, I wouldn't say this game was like a blowout or anything. But looking at the scoreboard, it was closer than it looked, but Rev's team fighting definitely won them that game.
Yeah, we are going to go to a short break, though. When we come back, Rev taking on TDS Chocolate in game number 2. Don't go anywhere.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you? Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you?
Echoes of your words crashing into me. Drown me in your lies, and there's no way to breathe. And my walls will keep you down. I am safe without the sound of you around. It's getting colder, and I'm the storm that's taking over. And I'm the storm that's taking over. Echoes of your words. Echoes of your words. I'm the storm that's
Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome back to game number 2. TDS Chocolate taking on Rev Frontline. Draft has already started. TDS Chocolate on the blue side, Rev Frontline on the red side. I am joined by my color caster, Kobe. Kobe, I'm going to ask a question. What does TDS Chocolate need to do in draft to win this game and tie up the series?
Ban Kaisa.
They just need to ban Kaisa and they win.
Let's get the Kaisa off the board. 'Cause, you know, Lespranks, he had a bit of an ego, you know. And that last Baron fight, he dived into 4 people, so you know he's really confident on Kaisa. He looked really good with that Crown AP build. You know, Lespranks was the main problem for them, but they're going to take away the Vagar for now.
Yeah,
the Vagar was good. It was good last game.
Yeah, I think Vagar in itself is just such a strong champion right now. And we see the Diana, the Vagar, and the Vax taken away from the side of TDS Chocolate. They don't want to see any of those picks being played. You know, for the side of Rev Frontline, they're going to take away the Vi, the Jinx, and the Rel. So Kaisa is still technically left up if TDS Chocolate does want, if Rev wants to take it for themselves and run it back for Lespranks. We'll see what TDS Chocolate does have in store, though, as they are just going to take the first pick Trundle.
Yeah, I saw it last game as the first pick Trundle. It looked pretty good. But I am surprised that a lot of picks are still left up from last game. Like the Ornn was really good as as Rev. The Hecarim.
Yeah, the Hecarim going to be picked up. I mean, Hecarim very, very strong right now with his ultimate. Can clear super fast. I mean, is a very strong pick, especially in the Silver and Gold League. We've seen it. As that's going to be the Kaisa locked in again for the side of Revolution Frontline. So Hecarim's going to be diving in. Kaisa's going to be diving in. What does TDS Chocolate elect to pick?
No, but I think Rev's going to win this game now. They didn't do what I said. I'm all in.
Oh, Kobe's all in on Rev
already. 2-0 now. Lespranks got Kaisa. It's over.
Oh, no. As we're going to see the Ash being hovered, we'll see if it is going to be locked in from the side of TDS Chocolate.
Crowning's
and
coming.
It will.
Crowning's
so Ash
coming.
Picked up. We'll see if maybe they decide to take the Leona, or if they're going to be going like Ash Braum, or as something defensive. We'll have to see, as the Leona is going to be locked in for the side of TDS Chocolate. So Leona coming through. They've got the Ash Leona. Lots of CC in that bot lane. Kaisa obviously going to be taking cleanse in this lane. We'll have to see what the response is going to be, and it's going to be the Morgana for the side of Revolution.
And that is going to be a scary Morgana if it does hit the ass. You know, Kaisa and Hecarim is going to dive right on the ass if she does get locked up. I think if you're Leona in this game, you have to be very careful with your engage. So you kind of want to be the peel for ass. Like if you go in, Hecarim Kaisa are just going to dive on the ass in the back line. And if you're Leona E away, you're not going to be there to kind of protect or peel for the ass. But now we see Kaisa with a bit more peel this game than last game with the Morgana Black Shield. Should be able to have a big easier time diving in that back line.
Yeah, Morgana going to be picked up. I guess you just throw the Eon and Kaisa's going to run in. We'll have to see. We see the Ari and the Nasus banned away. So a scaling pick taken away from the side of Revolution's top laner. Now, we'll see if he runs back something like the Ornn. He does play the Bully Bear, which is left open. But we're just going to see the Ornn picked up. Now, are we going to see the Kale run back for the side of TDS Chocolate, Kobe?
The Kale, it didn't look bad. It just couldn't get to level 16. Didn't have enough resources to be able to get to level 16. But we did see like a bit of what could happen if Leper does take over the game with the Kale. I think the Ornn's a really good pick though. I think it looked great for engages. You know, you have the ornaments, which I think really helped out too.
As nothing was picked. It's Casper. It's the new champ. We'll have to wait to see what the pick is going to be. For this side of TDS Chocolate, we'll get confirmation from our producer what that pick is going to be. Meanwhile, we gotta wait to see what the next pick is going to be. If there is going to be a next pick, maybe there isn't, and we've got two ghost picks, as we're going to see the Victor being hovered where the side of TDS Chocolate and locked in. So I'm assuming that fourth pick is going to be a top laner, and I've been told that it is Poppy going to be locked in for the side of TDS Chocolate. We'll see what Rev is going to round out their comp with. They're probably going to be picking a mid laner. They have the Orianna coming through. I mean, at first glance, I like Rev's comp. It's very basic, very easy to run. I probably would have changed out something. Like, I wouldn't have picked the Morgana. Like, for me, I would have maybe picked something like Engage with the Kai'Sa, like maybe like a Nautilus. If you really want to play defensive in the bot lane, you could pick something like a Braum. I mean, you could pick a Thresh or something with like playmaking capabilities, but it's not bad. I like what they're trying to go with TDS. It looks like they're trying to play a little bit defensive. I mean, Leona kind of wants to go in, and the rest of their comp really wants to kite back. So definitely room for improvement in draft, but not bad overall is something I would say, Kobe.
I think Rev's comp definitely has more of an identity to it. You know, you see the Hecarim Kai'Sa, you know, they're going to be diving. Orianna, Ornn, Morgana is all going to be great for team fights, but it seems like TDS kind of enabling their draft a bit. Like, they want to play defensively. They want them to dive on them. But I think Rev is definitely going to get the better of them if they do that. But how Spanx played on this pick on the Kai'Sa last game, I have to give the draft advantage to Rev here.
Yeah, I mean, I like Revolution's comp. We'll have to see what TDS Chocolate is going to end up doing in this game. Now, they are down 1-0 in this series. They have the potential of falling to 0-2 on this season. Now, 0-2 isn't the end of the world, but obviously you don't want to be 0-2 2 weeks in. It's not a good look. For the side of Rev, 2-0 start would be huge for them. You know, we saw in EDL and EGL that Rev has only made the playoffs once, and unfortunately, when Rev did make the playoffs, they went up against TFA last season, who was just one of the best teams in the league. There's not really much you can do at that point. So definitely going to see what Rev can bring to this game. We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, TDS Chocolate taking on Revolution, a Frontline. We'll see you guys in just a couple of minutes.
Silhouettes of you used to haunt my dreams. Nightmares laid to rest, no coming back to me. Am I
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to game number 2. TDS Chocolate on the blue side, Revolution Frontline on the red side. Revolution Frontline ended up taking game number 1. We'll have to see what's going to happen in game number 2. Now, that is Poppy Jungle, Trundle in the top lane. So a little bit of a switch up coming through. We saw the Trundle in the jungle last game for the side for Revolution. TDS pick it away, and now Koopa's going to be playing that in the top lane. So I'm assuming he's just going to be splitting for most of the game, looking to smack down these turrets. We'll see if he goes Hullbreaker, and that's what he's really going to be playing for. And for the side of Revolution, I mean, you got the Kaisa yet again. Muspang's going to be playing that one. And I'm definitely going to be looking forward to see how their dive comp is going to work out for them. Kobe, it's prediction time.
Hextech again.
Running it back. I'm going Ocean. I'm going Ocean for this one. Is Cloud Drake the first one? What was the Soul last game? Mountain?
Mountain. I think it was Cloud first.
Yeah, it was Cloud first Drake. It's a rerun.
Oh no.
It's the same thing. What should predict Mountain? Because what if it's just Mountain again and we just get like trolled?
Hey, I'm gonna keep saying Hextech until it is.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna end up saying it's gonna be an Ocean this game. I got my money on the Ocean Drake in this one. We're gonna take a look at the runes though. For this side of TDS, we have the Poppy taking the Predator. So we'll see how that's going to go. Phase Rush in the mid lane for Pandorum. And then at 80, Nub the Scrub going to be going for PTA on the Ashe. A little bit interesting play. And for the side of Rev, everything looks pretty standard. As the side of Rev, they're going to potentially be looking for a cheese. Now, if the binding does hit, that's going to be a lot of damage. As one auto just actually comes through, it's not going to be as much as I thought it would be. For the side of Revolution. Now, Ashe Leona, the second they hit level 6, need to keep that in mind. Lots of CC going to be coming through. Now, they do have the Morgana E and the Cleanse on the Kaisa, so I do need to keep that in mind as junglers actually started on the opposite sides of the map. Hecarim started on the top side while Poppy started on the bottom side.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward for the team fights here because it definitely seemed like a Rev. Their whole comp is based around that team fight, that backline dive. As Chickapee also doing very good on this Ornn again, some early trading. But it's really interesting to see because like Leper Koopa, kind of same position as last time where he just wanted to get like XP, get level 16 last game, but now he's Trundle. He just wants to keep doing the turrets. Taking a lot. Probably I wouldn't be surprised because for a Hullbreaker, it's want to split the map entirely. So kind of a bit of a run back from last game. You think about it.
Here we go. Poppy gonna be running in, but yeah, it doesn't need to use the flash. There really was nothing there for the side of TDS. They did this last game where their jungler ran mid and then they dive bot. I don't know if they're gonna run it back and do the exact same thing. Maybe they do, but Hecarim is now on the bot side this time. So if that does happen, I mean, it's just not going to work. Yeah. So the dive is going to get avoided because Hecarim pathing to the bottom side of the map. So it looks like that won't happen again. Revolution, they fixed that one. They're like, no, not again. You're diving us.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the highlight plays from TDS last game. That early dive, clean 2 for 0.
Yeah, it was really well played from the side of TDS as we see Morgana just walking forward, getting some poke down. Hecarim was able to clear 5 camps and back. Meanwhile, Poppy only cleared 3 camps, I believe, and then tried to look to make a play. So Hecarim, Gingerman in the jungle, very ahead in this matchup. And Hecarim just has insane clear speed. So definitely going to find himself ahead in CS in this game. I think that's pretty reasonable to say. And we'll have to see what Once Week is going to be able to do on this Poppy because you need to get things done on the map. You're going to fall behind very, very fast as the root will come through. That's some damage coming down on to the Leona. One more auto will proc the passive, and Spanx takes a decent chunk of damage back, but Pot's coming through should be able to heal him back up through that one.
Yeah, it's a bit of a more slow game than the first game where we had like 15 kills in 15 minutes. Right now, no kills on the board. Just some trading back and forth in lane. So yeah, I definitely think Hecarim's gonna be the way more proactive jungler in the lanes early because Poppy, you don't really think of like yeah, you have good gank potential with the Poppy E, and when you get your ult, it doesn't knock someone straight up in the air, try to set up. But Hecarim, he's a fast boy. He's
Yeah.
be running in there.
He will zoom in. He's even got the ghost. Like, this guy's gonna go fast for sure. As 5 minutes in, it is that Cloud and Drake already spawned. We'll see if either team is going to elect to go for this drag. Meanwhile, Poppy now taking the Gromp. Trundle in the top side, going to be pushing in that wave. Now, Poppy not really going to be able to look anywhere. I mean, maybe could potentially look mid, but it is warded. Meanwhile, Hecarim on the bot side, potentially looking for a gank. Orianna hit level 6 in that mid lane. With the wave potentially pushing, yeah, it looks like Poppy's just going to show up and help push out the wave for Pandorum, as he doesn't really have that much mana on. For the side of TDS, their mid laner has needed a lot of help to be able to push out these waves, and I mean, the wave didn't even crash, so a bit of a disaster for the side of Pandorum in the mid lane. And for this Hecarim, I mean, he's just farming. Maybe we'll see if he looks to make a play bot lane. There are no wards as the flash comes forward right onto that Ashe. No way Numb the Scrub is going to live in this one. He's going to flash, but a little bit too late. First blood going to go over to Genuine on the Hecarim.
Yeah, on the spectator, that was like he put up from like Steph Curry range with that auto attack. Like Ashe was way off the screen for me when Hecarim had the kill, but yeah, like we said, a good gank. He is really fast. He's popped a ghost, ran in there, a good Q by Morgana. It's a good start from REV's bot lane support, and they will get his first Cloud Drake.
Yeah, Drake going to be going over to the side of Revolution. Oh, Kobe.
Oh, wait.
It's a run back.
It's a run back.
It's the same thing as me on the top side. Here we go. Horn coming through. Koopa.
At pizza.
Doesn't lose the fat. No, you can't say that. Is the flash going to come through from Chicky Pie? The answer is no. Koopa barely gets out alive in that one. Little bit of a disaster in the top side. But yeah, like you said, Hecarim, pulling up from Steph Curry range, hitting that auto, ends up getting the kill in the bot side. Ashe using flash, using heal, won't be able to find anything. And usually Ashe Leona, it's the lane that you want to play around. You want to get that 2v2 once you hit level 6. Is Koopa, the pillar is going to come down. Chicky Pie going to flash. We'll see if Koopa will be able to find the kill. I'm pretty sure Chicky Pie should just be able to walk out of that one. So is going to take that one flash for flash traded. But Revolution, they're having a much better early game. The dive doesn't come off where they get absolutely destroyed. But it's looking a lot better from Revolution in this game. Wingman on the Morgana had a great flash binding to set up that play. So props to them on that Morgana, looking pretty good early on.
Really did like the map piece of cosplay though in top lane with the Ornol.
Yeah, and Herald's gonna spawn. Will any team take the Herald, Kobe? Are we gonna see a Mystic Azzy rotate to that top side? I mean, they're already there, I guess. So the answer is yes, they're gonna rotate to that top side. But TDS this time, I believe, it was Rev making the first roam on the support to the Herald, and now the Leona is going to be here first. So we'll see if they are going to start up this Herald, because the longer and longer that this Leona is gone, I mean, Ashe is going to be losing out on XP, losing out on farm, and potentially could get dove. So do need to keep that in mind, as the wave is, I believe, I can't tell anymore. I can't see the... Okay, I think the wave's pushing into the Ashes. We see TDS, they're going to be going for the Herald this time. So TDS, the ones rotating their support, will pick up the Herald. Chicky Pie probably knows something's going on, as that's the Herald going to be going down.
Yeah, it's like last game, how Rev rotated Wingman up to the Herald, secure it. But it doesn't seem like Rev punished it that much. Like all the plates still up.
Well, Kobe, you said they don't punish it. And here we go. They're going to be looking onto that Ashe. That's going to be the ult coming through, and there's no way you live that one. With Spanx picking up the kill, and now it's a little bit of a disaster from the side of TDS, who rotated their support up. If you are Nub the Scrub, I mean, you basically can't stay at your tower if you're going to be going for that. I mean, you're just going to end up dying, and I honestly don't think going for the Herald there was worth. I mean, you're going to lose 2 plates. You just lost so many waves in the bot side. Like, that is so much XP, so much gold going over to the side of Revolution.
Yeah, we didn't see TDS really punish Rev for Wingman going up to Herald.
God.
like we did last game. But this game, Rev does make sure to punish.
This Ashe has 2.6k gold. The support, well, it says
No.
it says Lux for Wingman. Oh, Bunka. All right. Well, the Morgana actually almost has as much gold as the Ashe. A little bit scary, I'm just saying. But yeah, this Ashe, I mean, it's not really going to be doing much damage in fights. I mean, she does have the ultimate, right? The utility 80 carries, so she can definitely set up fights for her team. Ashe is just, it's not picked for the 1v9, hyper carry AD. It's like picking Jhin, which is like utility. You play for that utility in team fights and setting up plays. Now Leper Koopa, no flash, might be going down. Ornhorn going to land. That's the knockback coming through. And Koopa is going to fall for sure. That's another kill going over to Genjabin. And it's a 3-0 lead for the side of Revolution.
Yeah, this Hecarim is doing work all over the map, 100% KP so far, but it does seem like TDS wants to at least get something up, but Drake isn't spawned for another 50 seconds, so shouldn't be a whole lot for them to do. Like you said, I don't like the aspect, because mainly like all your damage is be coming from that Victor pretty much when Victor does scale up. But at the same time, like Rev is a team that is going to be diving on top of you. So you can't really do anything as Ashe, I think. So I definitely think Rev had the advantage with the draft coming into this game, and they're definitely showing it now. This Hecarim has been looking really, really good. It's been all over the map, except really for mid. But TDS? No way.
Well, that's the arrow. It's gonna miss now.
Brownie comment. Oh,
Leona.
Oh no. Oh my.
It's communication. It's communication, guys. It's the communication error. The idea was there. They were going to dive, and then, unfortunately, it just didn't work out for them. As now, Hecarim's going to be running in. They need to be a little bit careful. He's going to dive in, though. That's going to be the Leona ult being used. Everyone's flashing, and they want kills. They need to be careful, as a kill's going to get traded back. Shutdown going over to Pandorum. Lespanx gets tagged by that ultimate. TDS, they end up getting a kill. Perfect game is ruined. Hextech Drake is now up, and we see Trundle. He you know what he says? I don't need top lane. I'm just going to take the jungler's camps.
Yeah, a bit of a unfortunate error from TDS on that dive. Definitely not as clean as the dive last game. My Morgana Q hits you pretty much stuck under the tower for 4 years.
You just don't get the move.
No.
Game over if you get hit by that. But for the side of Revolution, now basically up 3k. I mean, it's 2.8, 2.9, but it's basically 3k. And they're looking pretty good in this game. I think Hecarim went a little bit too far, maybe diving and trying to make a hero play, but everything else has been looking pretty good for the side of Revolution. As we see TDS is going to be taking the Drake, and it's Mountain. Dude.
No.
Are you serious? This has to be
scripted.
rigged.
This is scripted.
Dude, last game it went Cloud, then it went Hextech, then it went Mountain. This game,
no,
Cloud,
I
Hextech,
think Exernian is the one rigging this.
Yeah, Exernian, are you
win.
going into the API and you're hacking the system a little bit, going into the scripts? All right, this is rigged. Well, now TDS they did get the Drake. They have the Dragon. Potentially they could play towards Drake win come, but it's 1-1. It's going to be a while away. Victor did get the shutdown, though, so that is one thing to keep in mind. He did pick up that kill onto the Hecarim, so Victor is fairly strong. Now, Orianna has a huge CS advantage. It's now 30 CS. That'll be evened out a little bit. Now is a shutdown. So amazing spice with that CS advantage. Meanwhile, on the bot side, they're potentially going to be looking to make this play.
Wingman's caught out here.
To the Morgana, and Morgana should be going down. I don't think there's yeah. Morgana ends up falling. Ashe picks up the kill. So Wingman kind of caught out a little bit. I mean, it was either the Kai'Sa or the Morgana most likely going down. So Morgana will sacrifice her life and fall in that. So TDS, they find themselves another pick. Goes onto the Ashe, gets themselves more gold back. But they're going to need a lot more picks to come back into this game.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a more slower, but more dominant from Rev game than last game. As Hecarim, he's everywhere.
This Hecarim now on the top side. He's going to ult. Koopa did use the ultimate. He's smacking him down. It looks like he's winning this one. Ornhorn gonna come through. The flash is not enough. The knockup comes through. Koopa gonna be running away, but it's not enough. Oh, it's just a disaster for the side of TDS Chocolate.
Really unfortunate for Koopa. Almost turning around with the Trundle, as he did buy the Hullbreaker. The Hullbreaker has been bought, so you're not gonna see him in a lot of fights, I think. He's just to be split pushing the whole game.
Now, you know, on my Iowa State team, we have this top laner. His name's Hankster, and he plays a lot of Trundle top. Yeah, and he builds that Hullbreaker, and he just says, "Good luck," and he just starts splitting the entire game, and he tries to end that way. And to be fair, he has won the game for us a couple times when he just split. So never say never. As Chicky Pie going to be stunned, going to be caught here. I don't know if this Ornn is going to get out of this one. Probably just going to end up falling. Who are they going to give the kill to? Going to go over to Leper Koopa, as Crowny's Comet is going to go through my window. Thank God it missed. Could have been a little bit scary if I got stunned IRL. But Poppy 0-0-3 making plays happen on the map. But the side of Revolution, every time a plate is made, they are cross-mapping. As they were, it looks like they're potentially trying to look onto this Ashe. But Hecarim now backing. Rift Herald going to go through the side. Oh, no, he's not backing. He's actually going to be looking for this. And nope, the scrub. I hope you're not getting PTSD, because last time your team went for
a little bit of deja vu. A little bit of deja vu.
Here we go. It's going to be happening again. Spanx very low. Actually, no, the scrub will stay alive for a long time, but in the end, he does go down. A little bit of a misplay from the side of Revolution, but nevertheless, they're going to end up finding the kill in that one. That's 2 Heralds taken from TDS, and that's 2 kills on the bot side. Huge shockwave coming through from Amazing Spice, but unfortunately, there's not much he can do, as maybe fancying himself a little fight, but last time he did this, the shutdown went over to the Victor, so he will back off of that one. That was a big shockwave. That did half their HP bars, and Oriana's only 1 item in this game, so getting a little bit scary for the side of TDS.
We're starting to see a little sneak peek of the whole team fighting power of Rev when they come together as 5. You know, he has a strong with the Hullbreaker too, so you may be looking at like 5v4 fights, I think. So TDS is going to have to do perfect macro to win this game, I think, from here on out.
Yeah, they're just going to have to play side lanes exceptionally well. Like, it's going to be really, really hard for them. Is there a way they win this game? Yes. I mean, I think they still have a chance, right? Victor is scaling. Trundle does have that Hullbreaker, can split push. Eventually, Trundle is probably just going to beat up anyone in a side lane. Like, it's going to be pretty hard for anyone to match the Trundle besides just wave clear. So Trundle will eventually start taking those towers. Now, the problem is that the side of Rev, they're so strong right now, and at some point they're just going to force you to fight. This might be the time where they force you to fight. Now, Koopa does not have flash. This is going to be a 4v4 starting off. Oriana going to be walking in. Tons of damage going to be coming through. Wingman going to pick up 1. Now, looks like Genjamin will be going down. That's the Spanx into the back line. Is going to find 1. It's going to be a disaster for the side of TDS. They pick a fight, but Leper Koopa doesn't have TP. And right when I said they're going to eventually be forced into a fight, there you go. They're forced into a fight.
Yeah, Leper Koopa did get the ejector bounty on that top turret, though. A lot, like deja vu from last game. TDS with Spanx just hitting everybody on TDS in this fight. Just not bothered at all, not touched, just free hitting everybody, doing a ton of damage. Yeah, you're starting to see like Rev, like their team fighting power is so much better than TDS. Like both communication, execution, and it's like the comp they have. They're just gonna run over TDS in every team fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really, really hard for TDS to play. Like, they can't really contest anything. Like, they need to play towards the Trundle split push, and you basically kind of just have to give the Drakes and just start trading up gold to the point where, like, you're at least even, and you hope Trundle can bring someone to a side lane, and then you fight. Because, A, Trundle didn't have TP, right? So, like, Trundle's not joining the fight. B, this Drake doesn't mean the end of the game. Like, it's not the end of the world if you lose this dragon. So, little bit interesting from the side of TDS Chocolate. Now, Victor did do a ton of damage in that fight. Like, that was some insane numbers coming through from that Victor. And if they're able to inject more gold in this guy, I mean, maybe they do have a chance. They're looking on a Wingman. That's going to be the only
Crown's
stun
Comet
coming
hit.
through. Does he have the stopwatch? The answer is no. Now another scrub, though, going to be caught out as we're going to look top lane. And now we're going to be going on to Once Weak. That's going to be the dive forward. Spanx will pick up one. Mystic Azzy going to flash away. What looked like an initial good pick from the side of TDS is now going to get turned around, and they're running to the Baron.
A 20-minute Baron, you don't see those a whole lot in IVS, but looked like a really good play from TDS. Crown's Comet was on point there, got a kill, but it's got ran over by the Hecarim again. Like, I don't know how many times I have to say it, but Hecarim is just gonna run over everybody's game, and a really, really early Baron here from REV. But Trundle, he's doing his thing, claiming the objective bounties.
Yeah, Trundle going to smack that top tower. We'll see if he's going to be able to pick it up. Yeah, I mean, he should just be able to get this one. Hopefully. Yeah, he's going to get it. He's going to get it.
Did Weeman drop a Knight? Weeman just dropped a Knight on him.
He's dead, right? Or he's going to fly.
Oh.
Hey, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. I was right. He's dead. He's dead. He's not living that one. As Leper Koopa, unfortunately, will fall. He does get the top tower, though, and they got the bot tower, and they got the mid tower. So that's a lot of objective bounties coming through from the side of TDS. But once Revolutions start to get this Baron going, I mean, there's a lot of gold that they can claim on the map, and it's going to be very, very scary, especially since now that they have a Baron, they're basically going to force you to do something. And TDS, with the Trundle, they want you to be forced to do something, not the other way around. So we'll have to see what TDS has in store to potentially stop this Baron push.
Yeah, like you said, like TDS, they had to play perfect backward. They did get 3 towers for pretty much 1 death, but the Baron is going to be huge for REV. We see how they want to play it. They just want to group together, 1-3-1, whatever they want to do, but they are definitely in control of this game right now.
Yeah, REV for sure in control of this game. A lot cleaner game 2, I would say. Game 1 was a little bit sus as they're going to be looking onto the Hecarim. Hecarim's just going to be diving in by himself. He is alone as the Morgana's going to be walking in. He does so much damage. Killer Instinct comes through from Spanx. He's going to be able to pick up one. Gentleman's going to be staying alive. He will stay alive through all of this as the Victor will shred through the HP bars. He finds the Morgana. He finds the Hecarim, but he won't be able to find anything else. Pandorum gets a double kill, but again, it's a 4v5. Your Trundle is split pushing. You gotta stop taking these fights, TDS.
Yeah, like I said, like with the Trundle split pushing is always gonna be 4v5, and you have a comp that's pretty much inferior for team fighting. But you did see Pandorum like a little glimmer of hope, maybe. Like he did do a lot of damage as Spanx is gonna dive in there, just free hit. Hecarim was taking up all that damage, but a really good try from Pandorum. Almost had the Kaisa at the end.
Yeah, he was actually almost able to pick up a triple kill, which would have been absolutely massive for the side of TDS. 6k lead for Revolution. Drake going to be spawning in 30 seconds. They should be able to get this one. Again, Kaisa is just super fed in this game. Spanx getting that pick yet again. And he's really showing, hey, you let me have Kaisa, I'm going to make you regret it, even if it's not meta. So teams in the future will definitely need to look at this and see if they want to ban it. Meanwhile, Trundle looking for the TP. This could be actually a good play from the side of TDS. As here we go, the fight's going to begin. Hecarim going to be diving in. Huge Shockwave will find 3. Oh my god, goodbye to your HP bars. Goodbye to the Dragon, as that might be goodbye to the game.
Yeah, perfect shockwave by Amazing Spice. Like, layered up with that Morgana from Wingman. Like, initially it did look like a good play from TDS. TPing the Trundle down, but like we said, like REV's comp is made for dive and made for team fighting, and even with 5, they could not do anything to REV.
Yeah.
It's a clean ace.
Yeah, and look at the shockwave. The ball gets put down. Boom! There goes the 3-man shockwave, and it's just over at that point. Like, the fight is won. As you even see Ornn, he sends in his ult. He says, hello, everyone. He doesn't need to hit it. The fight's already over. They already got that mid in him from the side of Revolution, and this one should be pretty much over from the side of Rev. A much cleaner game, too, is what I will say from Revolution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they looked a bit out of place in some parts of last game. Early when the gold was bouncing back and forth between the teams, but yeah, a lot cleaner. This is a domination by REV. almost a 10k goal lead right now.
Yeah, and if I'm TDS chocolate, right? You're probably looking to next week, right? Yeah, I mean this game is the series is most likely over. Can they come back through Trundle split? Possibly. I mean, it's a really low chance, but yes, they could. But most likely not going to happen. TDS chocolate will be playing TD Syndicate next week, and that's a tough opponent for them. It's going to be a really hard game. And if I'm TDS, I mean, I think you just pick like super easy comps. Like just pick easy team fight comps. Just hit hard. Pick something simple because right now the communication isn't really working for them. And I think if you pick something easy, you don't need like as much communication really. You kind of just hit R and they die. Now we're looking on the Leper Koopa who's going to get caught out here. A little bit too far forward. Ornhorn going to be used. He doesn't have that flash up. And he will end up falling. Who is he going to fall to? The question is Chicky Pie is the answer, as Poppy ended up falling in the mid lane. Lespanx getting the kill. Now they're turning on to Lespanx, though, as the ult not used yet, has the killer instinct, and now Hecarim going to be diving in, looking for the Ashe. Ashe going to flash over the wall, will stay alive. Pandorum going to be ran down. Spanx does still have that ultimate, so if any CC comes through, he will be able to join the fight. Pandorum kind of getting ran down. He's trying to run away as the best he can. Killer instinct comes through, and the kill for Lespanx on this Kai'Sa. 11 kills for him in this game. 26-7 for the side of Revolution Frontline.
Yeah, like you were saying with the TDS, like next week, I definitely think they need to stick to the more easier to actually comps. Like it seemed like both games, like their comp has not really had like an identity. Like both of Rev's comps, they kind of had one. But TDS, like something needs to be changed with their drafting. Because like you said, it's just way easier to like just have a comp that syncs well in team fights, and you can just press R and go. You don't need that much communication or synergy to like execute those kind of comps. As we see like Rev doing it now. It seems like Rev has been the better team both games.
Oh, well, here we go. Another team fight going to be going on, but the Poppy's just deleted. Watch Lespanx, though, as he is stunned. That's a flash forward from Leper Koopa. If they're able to find Lespanx, it could be huge for them. That's a double kill going over to Lespanx. Ornhorn going to be going down. Won't be able to find anything. Triple kill for Lespanx. Now, that's going to be the Hecarim running forward, knocking back the Ashe. Shutdown will go over to Pandorum. It looks like his days are numbered, though. Will he be able to take down the Hecarim? He does have a ton of damage. That's the W coming in. No killer instinct, though. Pandorum will run away. Throws out the laser. It looks like it's not enough. Now, Orianna does have the flash. Will get stunned. Decides not to flash after that one. With the minions flooding the base, though. Looking like it is over.
Yeah, it's definitely over. You know, Pandorum, I think he's had 2 good games. Like, both games, I think he's done pretty good, but something needs to be changed up with TDS's strategy and draft for next week for sure.
Yeah, we see the tower going down. We'll see if the side of Rev elects to keep fighting. That's going to be damage coming down onto the Poppy. Stopwatch going to be coming through. Killer Instinct going to be going in. Now Spanx. 1v4. What can he do? He's going to find one. He's staying alive. Will he be able to find another? He gets another. Now Mystic Ozzy going to get the shutdown, but it's just going to be nothing. Nub the Scrub not going to be able to carry this one. Gets knocked up. It does fall. Triple kill to Amazing Spice. The Nexus is exposed. Revolution will win the series 2-0, and they will improve to 2-0 on the season, yet to drop a single game.
Yeah, Rev just looked really clean this series, like throughout all the phases, draft phase, execution, their macro. I mean, what can you say about Lespanx? Like, he's putting up all-star numbers right now, so it definitely good to see him making that all-star ballot later in the season, but they should have banned Kai'Sa. You know, I said it in the last game. Let's take Kai'Sa away from Spanx, but yeah, really clean by Rev.
Yeah, really good game 2 from Revolution. I think they had a better game 2. Game 1 was a little sloppy, but once they settled in, I mean, game 2 was all them. They looked very, very good. Lespanx, again, you got to take away the Kai'Sa from him. It doesn't matter if it's meta or not. He's just so goddamn good on the champion. For the side of TDS, now 0-2 on the season. Gotta pick easy team comps. Let's just pick super simple things. Basically, just hit R to win is what I'm going to be looking forward to for this team. I think Pandorum, he tried his best. I mean, the game was pretty much doomed, but he was really putting up some damage numbers in that mid lane on the Victor. So definitely a quick shout out to him. Kobe, you got anything before we are going to go?
It's great to be back on the cast. It was fun. and hopefully be back on next week.
All right. Well, that's going to be it from me and Kobe of EDL week number 2. Revolution Frontline taking the 2-0 over TDS Chocolate. Next week, we will have Genie Pearl taking on Glacial Phantom. So 2 of the newer teams going to be duking it out on the stream. Thank you guys all for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.